Hello, 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 everybody. Ooh, I need to raise myself up here a little bit. Do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. It's me, your boy, D-Rex, and today I am joined by a very special guest, my little brother, M-Rex. M-Rex,
Hello.
say hello.
Hi.
So, Ghost Rider. So, let's just get right into it. Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Now, I know you are a big fan of Ghost Rider.
I indeed am.
And just this morning you watched the Kratos versus Ghost Rider fight, correct?
Kratos versus Spawn.
Kratos. Oh, sorry. Yes, thank
Yes.
you. Okay, so now I know between the two you don't know a whole lot about Spawn, but before we go and watch the preliminaries and everything, what is your first take on Spawn?
Powerful.
Powerful. Okay. Now, I mean, it's been I can't remember how long ago it was since that last death battle with Spawn, but both characters probably have gotten some upgrades since then or changes to their characters and stuff. But based off that first death battle, who do you think is going to win this?
I think it could go either way. I'm leaning more towards Ghost Rider, but that might be some bias.
Okay. Well, I mean, you gotta remember in the first death battle, they mentioned how Spawn basically beat both God and Satan. Now, of course, Ghost Rider has defeated Mephisto, who took on Galactus of all people. But I mean, if you can somehow beat God of all people,
Yeah.
But all right, so I think we'll just go on and go watch the let's go watch the fight.
All right.
Brother, you're supposed to follow me.
Oh.
Little brothers, I tell you. Boo doo doo. Come on, there you are. Oh, look at you, just teleported right in. He's over on Twitch. You're kind of we're a little slow over here on YouTube. All right, here we go. Ghost Rider versus Spawn. All right, so last time you are going with Ghost Rider.
I'm going with Ghost Rider.
All right, well we'll watch the preliminaries and see if our opinions change. Oh, better make sure the volume is on for chat. I don't know how I feel about the
Ghost Rider
animation.
versus Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer. Heartbroken and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could. Chemotherapy. Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something
Yeah,
else
I know
in
people
mind.
give a
He
lot
bound
of
Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath.
crap about the Ghost Rider films, but I enjoyed those.
I like
So
them.
Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire. An undead
Well,
skeleton
in your opinion,
bites
between
sick-ass
the
hug.
first film and the
mysterious
second one,
Nick Cage
what was your favorite
performance, the
Ghost Rider film?
stuntman
Oh,
from
the first
hell.
one.
He
Yeah,
called
I like the
himself
bike.
the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay.
Copyright
how about
infringement.
The Ghost Rider.
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named the character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth sinners and scumbags.
The former king
He's
of
strong enough
hell,
to pull down
Ghost Rider
skyscrapers,
alongside
blow
Danny
up
Ketch,
mountains,
Robbie
and
Reyes.
cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire.
Wait.
Ghosty can create anything
Hold
he
on,
can
go back.
think of from
I
an
didn't
infinite
read
stream
that
of change.
little...
Holy weapons that
Let's see. Ghost Rider's body is mystical in nature and not subject to ordinary body limitations such as fatigue. Attempts to tamper with his biological makeup have proven ineffective. Okay.
target his soul can harm
Oh yeah.
him.
So only
It's not
holy
just
weapons
his body.
can
His whole
destroy
arsenal
his
is
soul.
hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of
Demonic
chains,
magic,
a shotgun packed with fiery rounds,
Outside.
or a flaming
Sending
missile
soul
fired
manipulation,
right out of his
superhuman
mouth.
physique.
Penance
Life
stare.
goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his hell cycle.
Oh, this
Coolest
badass
bike
bike
ever
can
to
outpace
exist.
Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky,
You ever seen the
released
clip
from
of
his-
Ghost Rider one-shotting
His
Galactus
boner,
with the penance
Wiz.
stare?
I have.
Get it? And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly.
Well, of course, that
it
was a
can
different
burn
time
away
period.
Your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by
Hey,
Johnny's
speaking of that
successor,
clip.
his own brother,
yeah, there
Danny
it is.
Ketch.
There it was.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look, the penance stare.
The penance stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul.
Danny,
It
this
even
time has
works
thrown
on other
numerous
Ghost
spirits of
Riders,
vengeance
like when
to
Johnny
power
and Danny got
overpower
into a
Johnny,
staring
later
contest,
Johnny
and
proved
Danny
to be
actually
Danny's superior
depowered
in
Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the
Yo,
Ghost Rider is two
I need to read
souls
that comic
in one
that showed
body,
the stare
with
down
the
between him
kinder
and
Johnny battling
Deadpool.
the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
How does the penance stare work on
Classic
someone like
Faustian
Deadpool?
bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it,
I
it
don't know.
uses
I don't
you.
know if I want
Because
it.
if Johnny gives in, the demon's
Deadpool,
full
very
might will
interesting
take over, and then everything
sure.
is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements,
Asgard
penance
is
stare
shown
an
to be in a
entire
higher
city,
dimensional space
and fly
and
all
beyond
the way
the
to
final
Asgard,
universe.
which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's
Dang.
heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Oh dang!
Before an army
This was
of
not
Ghost
in
Riders
the
did just
any
that.
of the previous
Yeah,
Ghost
an
Rider
army.
fights.
The
No,
spirits of
my,
vengeance are legion.
As
Speaking
far
of
back
Ghost
as
Rider
the
winning
Great
is
Flood,
being secured
humans have
by
been
this.
bonded to the vestiges of God's
Okay,
power
well,
to act as his divine.
While the first heavy spirit of vengeance emerged after the Great Flood, Mephisto has been creating them even earlier. The first recorded Ghost Rider appeared. Wow, that's a long time. And teamed up with a young Odin in the first Iron Fist. Yeah, heck yeah. Dark Gaia.
wrath on Earth.
Heck, one
sort
heck of a time.
Heavenly Black Ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither?
Well, he was
Despite
an
being one of
angel-
the greatest
well,
entities in
well,
existence, it's
the movies,
unclear.
he was an
What
angel
we do know
who was
is
dragged
that
down to
ages
hell
ago,
by
Zarathos
Mephisto.
feasted on
and
souls
corrupted.
and battled Mephisto
And at the
for
end,
rulership of his
became an
realm.
angel again.
Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence
yeah,
how
there
he
they
could
go, they
bond
mentioned
him
it.
to Johnny.
Well,
But
tricked him,
Zarathos
but
got
either
his
way.
revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon. Fitting as his fight with Galactus rent the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say, though,
this must be
uneasy
relatively
lies
new.
the head that wears the crown.
Well,
Those of you who read the comics more than us, let us know if this is
demons.
something new
But by
or
using
this is
his new
just something
power
that's been
to
around for a
damn them to
while.
hell,
He's
he
never been
began
mentioned.
absorbing
He
their
fought the
evil,
Avengers to a
feeding
standstill. The entirety of the Avengers. That
That's a lot.
I mean, you can stand up to both Thor and Hulk.
Well, he fought alongside Odin.
Yeah, so right back with World War Hulk. Yeah, I would spit Mjolnir.
off of it.
He used
And
penny
it
stare on the whole
corrupted him.
city.
Once again, Johnny Blaze
And
was
now
a
he
man
has the Damnation
possessed.
Stare.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power as
Well, and also he
he'd
can
always been,
literally
and
devour
he needed
souls.
Danny's help to pull
Like,
him out of the
you've
darkness.
seen his
Though
battle
he gave
with
up Hell's throne, the
Lobo,
Ghost Rider
right?
continues his war against
Oh,
demons
Death can't
without
claim
end
his soul,
within,
but it didn't say
entering
anything
his
about
fellow Ghost
devouring
Riders in the
it.
ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his
Oh,
victims.
okay, so it is
They
new.
sure
All right,
as hell
thank you, Dire
won't
Hit.
find any
Thank you
in
for
his.
letting us know. All right,
This battle
Spawn.
is sponsored by Robin Hood
all
Gold.
right.
Match
No, we're not sponsored.
match. We'll see.
He was a killer.
There we go.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun.
You never read the
painting
comic?
the
Well,
third world in red, white, and blue.
welcome
but
to the club.
mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only
Literally.
getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the Eighth Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's pawed.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later, after his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get
Yeah,
back to
there's
work,
the.
bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior
fine
from
print.
hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge wizard and despair.
Spawn would
Longest running
violently
independent
defend
comic
New
book
York's
character.
downtrodden, while slowly uncovering
Well,
the full
also,
breadth
both
of his
Ghost Rider and
demonic
Spawn were both
powers.
former
He's
Kings
like
of
a
Hell.
walking
Nice.
superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he
Okay,
can fly so
that
fast,
might
he
cause a
literally
problem
breaks
for,
into other
Ghost
dimensions
Rider.
and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malvosia cursed him so that he could only make himself... yeah.
Oh, it's Penny Troll.
Oh boy!
Oh.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay,
That's
moving
a
on.
Illusions.
Moving on from that.
He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an
Okay.
energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like
Okay.
some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's
Yep.
necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got unlimited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his
That says
past
something.
profession,
Yeah.
he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. He can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite
Yeah,
stream of
Mason,
chains,
or
transform
Emrex, if
into
you ever
weapons, or drain
find a cape
people
like
of
that,
their
don't.
power.
I'm not
It is
gonna.
the most
Yeah, don't
potent
touch it.
weapon hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No,
Okay.
Spawn's greatest weakness is his own, how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed. Until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new. That has to be the
Wait,
first
how
time
can
we've
you
seen
reconfigure
someone
reality?
accidentally kill
Yeah, if
themselves
you're dead,
and
you-
survive.
On his quest as Hell's greatest
does-
warrior,
how does
Spawn
that
has
work?
defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic
Comics.
clown, and
Yeah.
even his old boss.
Yeah,
remade
might as well
by
just chalk it
Heaven
up to
into
comic
an
book logic.
anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Malvosia's fucking head off. With a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality, Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of hell.
As
Okay.
king, Spawn is literally a part of hell itself, gaining
Sky
access to a
form,
limited pool of
optimum
energy that
hell,
increases
soul
100-fold with
obliteration,
every heartbeat.
okay.
He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other hell
Okay,
lords
soul
like Mammoth and
obliteration.
He got
That
so
might be the
strong,
only way.
The only thing left was to finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But
Yeah,
Spawn needed
that's
help
right.
from
God,
the
the
being who created
granny
this
and old
God
lady.
and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn
Okay.
broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be
Okay.
happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Okay. Debate time. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, okay, the fact that Spawn was able to, fight God and Satan to a stalemate and just come back, recreate Earth, that says, but that wasn't in his divine form, though.
Yeah.
The question is, are they going to give Spawn these
think,
forms?
I think they're just putting him in his normal form.
His base.
Which if that's the case, I'm leaning towards Ghost Rider.
But if Spawn has access to his divine form, I think
then
he's
Spawn
gonna.
might take the win.
But again though, Ghost Rider has fought Mephisto, who fought Galactus to a stalemate, and Galactus can easily
just
wipe out the entire Marvel
Just
Infinite Universe.
destroy everything in existence.
Mm.
This is a close one.
But
They're two characters that are so similar.
yeah, they're similar, yet the differences too. But they can only really be killed by holy weapons. And again, Divine Spawn would be really the only way.
That Spawn could win this.
Yeah, at least that's what that's what I'm leaning with. Oh, you know what's gonna happen though is after the fight they're gonna give a little caveat like, oh, by the way though, we forgot to mention this, or we neglected to mention this. Tuffy. Ugh. Honestly, I am not sure who to side here with, but you're going with Ghost Rider.
I'm going with Ghost Rider.
You're going with Ghost Rider. Okay.
I'm agreeing with chat.
You're agreeing with a Kotzi leader. All right. That's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets, and here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
All right.
Nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from.
And again, they'll both have experience fighting their respective. Oh yeah, Spawn's his necro, his plasma or whatever they can absorb. It's a limit. But he can replenish it.
Yeah. So Ghost Rider doesn't have any limit.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Yeah, they're showing how much of his necro plasma or whatever it's called.
Sloppy, you fight like a bum.
You've earned your damage.
But again, though, Spawn does have tactical military training, while Ghost Rider's more of a brawler. I like the music.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker.
Oh,
Oh,
that hell truck, that's nice. Oh,
oh.
that knew that was gonna come into play at some point.
Time freezing.
Be damned. Yes,
Okay, got a little Mortal Kombat talk going on here. Okay, but Spawn's starting to get overpowered. I'm feeling like he's gonna make his comeback. Divine, yep. Spawn's taking this.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
I think Spawn's taking it. I mean, that divine form is just so overpowered.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is still holding his own.
Like, I'm hoping Ghost Rider wins. Oh! Ow!
Al Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a
Yep.
taste of your own goddamn medicine.
Oh, the penance stairs are going back. Oh my gosh, this is a tug of war. I hope it ends in a draw. Oh, no, never mind. Okay.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
KO! Damn!
I mean,
Literally,
heck,
this was
wow.
a nail
That was
biter of a
still
battle
close.
that pitted
Oh my
Ghost
gosh.
Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bounce with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that
Okay,
of
hold on. Spawn can affect infinite timelines and bulk spaces, such as the overlap, but Zarathos is a threat to an infinite number of infinite universes, infinite timelines. Okay.
Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has
Yep.
ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but
Okay.
remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in
Yep.
skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attack.
Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze once claimed only God can destroy Ghost Rider permanently. However, in Volume 2-8, severing a spirit of vengeance from their host is fatal to the former, regardless of. Okay, so
attacking
all
the
right.
soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all,
Using the
remember
Eye of
time he
Sauron
rewrote
there.
reality
Nice.
to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the Lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort
Okay.
of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending
Oh.
him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge.
Okay.
Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage.
Okay, let's quickly let's go through this quick. Oh, so Ghost Rider, yes, stronger, they equal match in speed, incapable of killing Spawn, less versatile, vulnerable to being separated from Zarathos. Okay, this was one that I guess I missed or wasn't paying
I must have
attention
missed that
to.
one, too.
Spawn, more versatile, can regenerate from anything the Rider does, multiple ways to bypass Rider's immortality, far weaker. Okay, essentially it was the more versatile abilities and effects that Spawn had that helped beat it. Okay.
Soul destruction, immortality,
Yep.
but Spawn could
Oh, I'm sorry. I know. Sorry. I just this thought just came into my head, like, during my break. Well, hold on. Let my brain catch up here. When I did my Blue Eyes, the new structure deck, review or whatever, I mentioned how the Blue Eyes and the Red Eyes, the differences. Ghost Rider, I guess, is the Blue Eyes and Spawn's the Red Eyes. Like Ghost Rider being the
Power
stronger of the
overwhelming.
two, Spawn being the Red Eyes has more diversity to help bridge the power gap. At least that's how I'm looking at it.
I can see that.
Yeah. Or of course, Red Eyes is a lot cooler than Blue Eyes, and
Yeah.
I guess that's why Spawn's a lot cooler than Ghost Rider.
Counter everything
False.
thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner.
Yeah,
is
this fight was on a
It's a
Next
supernatural
time on
level.
Death Battle.
Okay, who we got here? Okay, we have.
Subscribe and
Okay, so Shigaraki versus Mahito.
Mojito.
My Hero Academia versus Jujutsu Kaisen.
Kaisen.
Okay. Alright, I'm vaguely familiar with this one. No idea who that
I'm
is.
vaguely familiar.
You're familiar with this one?
Somewhat, not much, but I
Okay.
have friends
Like,
that talk about it.
we should probably watch some anime sometime.
Well, I'm planning to watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
I should really watch My Hero Academia. Alright. Anyway. Alright, well, let's quickly move on over to the home page. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Ah, gosh dang it. Do. All right. All right. Oh, sorry, Twitch chat. Twitch. There we go. And we're back over here. Okay. All right. Well, Ghost Rider versus Spawn. That was a. I guess I was more leaning towards nostalgia for Ghost Rider to win, but when they brought that divine form out, it's like that divine form.
Yeah, Ghost Rider did overpower the divine form. It was just his.
Well, not necessarily overpowered. Though they admitted that the Ghost Rider was the stronger of the two, but again, it
pure
was
raw power.
in terms of sheer raw power, but it was Spawn's more diverse abilities and effects that gave him the edge. So yeah, it's not always brute force and brute strength that wins the fight. Sometimes those finer details can turn the tide of a battle in one's favor. But all right, scale 1 to 10. What do you say?
Solid 8.5.
8.5 for you?
9.
Yeah,
8.9.
that's about the same for me. Animation, was really good.
I liked it.
Yeah, the combination of 2D and the pixelated, was
Fairly nice.
was fairly good. Was fairly decent. The music I thought was
I like the
very excellent. It just it had kind of that heavy metal type feel to it, which is kind of fitting for a type of death battle like this. But yeah, well, brother of mine, thank you for joining me
Thanks for
for
having
this death battle. And folks, if you would like to see my little brother here ever come back, just let me know, and we'll work something out. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this reaction video. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts about this death battle, and we will see you in the next video. And this is D-Rex reminding you that life is a journey worth exploring. Catch you later.